Good morning, hello, welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel and welcome to another day of triathlon training. First of all, apologies for yesterday. I know I hyped up there was going to be a live stream, but the more I thought about it, first of all, I thought that the women's and the men's race were going together. When I found out they were split out, it's going to be like an 8-hour day, and I can't talk to you guys for 8 hours, you'll be well bored. But I definitely want to try that concept another time. Anyway, this morning's training. So it is Sunday morning, so Daytona is later today, so I look forward to watching it. Getting out this morning to ride with a friend who I used to live near when I lived in Norfolk. His name's Clint, great guy. He's actually invented, or well, manufactured a product I'm going to be talking to you about in the next few weeks, but we'll get him on this morning, say hi. And he lives in the flatlands, so he's not used to hills. So I planned a little loop, nothing too major, but I put a couple of lumps in there just to remind him what Derbyshire's like. So weather-wise, it's about 3 degrees and drizzling, but it is forecast to dry up, so I've set out in the drizzle hoping that it is going to dry up. I'm sort of like mildly moist, I'm not really wet, just a little bit cold, not too much though. Just going to try and keep moving, but I have realised I've forgotten my pump, so if I get a puncture, I'm pretty stuffed, but positive vibes, will be fine. Anyway, got about 5 miles to go for our meet Clint, so I better get a wiggle on. Okay, good morning then, we met Clint. We're just talking about, earlier in the year, Clint did an indoor Ironman, wasn't it? Lockdown? Yeah, lockdown Ironman. Absolutely mental. So what do you reckon to Derbyshire then, Clint? Or Barbados?
Well, I don't know if it's the greatest point asking me that question.
When your heart rate's like
hill, yeah.
200 beats a minute. So
yeah, it's beautiful.
Used to the flatlands. We would say it'd be a great view, but as per normal, you can't see a thing. So we're out for about an hour and 45, 2 hours. And that's long enough, isn't it, in this weather? Yeah, it's lovely. Hands and feet are a bit cold. So. Clint, actually, as well, I think I mentioned it earlier, manufacturers invents chief exec of Easy Disc. Now, I'm going to cover this in another video because Clint has very kindly given me one to share on the channel. So I'll talk to you about more a bit later on, but how's that going?
Yeah, fantastic.
From what I can see,
really
they're
good.
Everywhere.
Yeah, that's right. Really good, thanks Dan.
So as a brief overview, it's basically I'm probably going to describe this very well, so please correct me. A clip-on disc, a replacement for a disc wheel. A lot less expensive than a disc wheel, but with a lot of the benefits of. But
yeah. I think you nailed that one.
Anywhere near?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. But anyway, as I say, I'm going to cover that in a future video, do a bit of testing, do a bit of reviewing. I'll show you then. Oh, what a nice ride this morning. Yes, it's 1 degree. Yes, it's a bit damp and cold, but so good to see Clint. Spent a lot of time racing Clint over the last few years. More so when I lived in Norfolk. We had a little local sprint try called Coolford Sprint Try. That was like a really friendly local event, but we all took it far too seriously, but it's good fun. Great guy, and hoping to see a bit more of him up here. Oh dear. So, well, the last hill of the ride, I've probably got 4 or 5 miles left to go before I'm home. I'm absolutely starving, so I had breakfast before I started, big bowl of porridge, but then I haven't ate anything on the ride. A bit deliberately, but a bit, it's cold and wet like I don't know anybody else, but just don't eat or drink really. So I'll be on for probably 3 and a bit hours, which I'd normally eat on, but because it's quite easy, I've not really had the need to. Just make sure I have a good lunch when I get back. So I'll see you when I'm a bit warmer and we'll see what Liz is up to. So you actually joined me a couple of hours later. I've had lunch, I've had a great nap. I'm just getting ready to watch the PTO Challenge Daytona World Champs. Can't wait for that. Elizabeth, what have you been doing? How are you?
I've cleaned the house this morning, top to bottom, and just been
Bottom to top, you finished upstairs actually.
Just been for a half-an-hour run. Now I'm just going to have a little 45-minute leg spin on the bike.
Oh, good girl, well done. Good go.
And I'm going to also watch the triathlon.
Excellent.
Was up for that.
Yes, can't wait to explain to you all the rules about triathlon, explain who everybody is, because you don't have a clue about most people, are you?
I do.
Okay, all right. So that is it for today's training. I think I'll just put up my stats for the week somewhere here now. I think I've done about 11.5 hours of training. 9.5 of those are on the bike and 2 hours of running. I need to increase the running, decrease the riding as per normal. But I've had a great week, enjoyed it. Good to get on the road this morning, even though it was bad weather. So yeah, that's it. So thanks very much for watching. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button down below, and I will see you tomorrow at 4 PM.